Good evening and welcome back to the One Celtic Fans Review this evening. That's it, the starting gun has been fired. Celtic have admitted that one of the players has left. Let me just check that if they made an announcement. They wouldn't they? They obviously made the announcement earlier today that Scott Bain is to leave Celtic. Celtic confirms that Scott Bain has left the football club after over 7 years at Celtic. During this time, the 33-year-old won 7 league titles, 4 League Cups and 3 Scottish Cups. Scott initially joined Celtic on loan from Dundee in 2018 and made his debut in the Glasgow Derby at Ibrox in March when Odsonne Edouard's late goal gave Celtic 10-man team a victory and a momentous 3-2 victory on the day when the Hoops keeper played a vital part in the win, it goes on to say. At the end of the season, he made the move permanently. He made a total of 78 appearances. That's some turnaround for the medals that he's got. He also gained 3 international caps whilst he was at Celtic. Scott says, "I'm really sad, of course, to believe in the club, but I'm so thankful to and for everyone and everything that the club has given me. Big pot of cash and a load of medals. Who wouldn't enjoy that? I've enjoyed my time at Celtic massively, and it's been a huge honour for me to be a part of the biggest club in the country. I would like to thank the gaffer and other managers I've worked with, many teammates over the years, and the staff at Celtic. I've made some great friends and will always be supporting everything that the club does. The Celtic fans are the best in the world. I thank them for the support that's been given to me also. I wish the club and the supporters nothing but success for the future." Celtic manager Brendan Rodgers went on to say, "Scott has given everything to Celtic. I would like to thank him sincerely for his time at the club. He's been a valued member of the squad and a great teammate. Really liked and respected by all of us. Everyone at the club wishes Scott and his family all the best for the future." Now, Monty says, "Evening Baz from a windy St Andrews in the Kingdom of Fife." He got it right. And what's interesting about Celtic releasing this information today is I'm going to let you listen to an interview of, and the reason that I'm doing this is the channel is what it is because of this man. This man changed what started off not a Celtic channel, but I didn't even really. There was nonsense that was uploaded to start with, but this man and what happened that day all those years ago turned this into a Celtic channel. So this is Neil Lennon.
Yeah, I'm very happy. Really enjoyed my time here last season. Enjoyed the reception I got from the people at Dunfermline as well. So the hard work starts now. We've been working away in the background since the end of the season on making plans on all different departments and spectrums of the club, and the owner's obviously completely supportive of that, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to continue. We have to build a squad, we've made a lot of changes to it, which we felt were the right calls. Obviously it's never easy, letting players go, but we're doing it for the right reasons and we want to progress. It's going to be incremental, it's not going to be overnight, but the work has started weeks ago.
The work started weeks ago. That is Neil Lennon. Just pause, I don't need to hear him again. Yeah, was Neil Lennon. He has accepted the Dunfermline manager's job, and you're saying, well, what the fuck's that to do with Celtic? This channel, it wouldn't be what it is, because the very first Celtic video that I uploaded was the day that Neil Lennon was made manager of Celtic. The fact that he has agreed a deal with Dunfermline is interesting because it happens on the day that Scott Bain was officially announced to be leaving Celtic. Now, I believe that Scott Bain will go to Dunfermline. It's just a feeling I've got. I think that it would be a good move for him. He's going to get some, and I just think that, Lenny will bring in someone that he likes and trusts, and I think that would be it would be an interesting move for him. Celtic better get Matthias in the door. I don't think that one's going to happen. Anyway, congratulations to Neil Lennon. It's not the easiest jobs in football, going to Dunfermline, but it'll be interesting to see what he can do and if he can get Dunfermline back up into the SPFL. Now that we know he's staying there, he's staying at Dunfermline, he's not going to take the Dundee job. It'll be interesting to see what happens over the next couple of weeks if Scott Brown's on the move. So, yeah. Little nod of the hat to Neil Lennon. Bain to Dunfermline would be a good move for him. I think so. And I just think that it makes sense. It makes sense because Lenny will want to get somebody in between the sticks that he trusts and has had a lot of experience. Do you know, when it comes to money, Bain's made his money at Celtic over the last 7 years. He just wants to go and play football. So yeah, I agree with you, Vaz. He can pull players in. Yeah, I mean, he can get players in at Dunfermline, so good luck to him with that. So Scott Bain departs Celtic. We've done that one. Neil Lennon joins Dunfermline. Another one that it's not breaking news, but there's been another confirmed exit from Celtic tonight, and Celtic have not even put it out because they'll get £400,000 compensation. Daniel Cummings has joined West Ham. It's no big surprise because we all knew about it back in January. He signed the deal, which he'll be officially a West Ham player on the 1st of July. So Daniel Cummings has left. That's one from the B team. I think there was another one left from the B team. Fabrizio Romano says Daniel Cummings will join West Ham on the 1st of July. Agreement done. Here we go. Fuck off. It's amazing the way that he's buttered this up. Celtic talent has scored 30 goals this season and made his Champions League debut against Villa Park. Medical complete. Deals done. Celtic will get 300 grand training compensation. Brendan Rodgers obviously wanted Daniel Cummings to stay, but he asked him last summer if he was going to sign it. Oh, fuck Daniel Cummings. He's fucking... I hope he doesn't do anything in football. And that's the big news of the night. That is the big news of the night. Not directly Celtic related, but well, obviously the Daniel Cummings one is. And it says a lot about what is going on with the B team. What is going on with the B team. So, all eyes now are on Celtic to announce the return of young Dohan, Ross Dohan, back to Celtic, a player that came through the ranks, and he will be announced as the third choice keeper. The third choice keeper. I seen somebody say in the comments actually that Celtic don't need a third choice keeper. Well, they do for the Champions League. You've got to have three keepers. Three keepers for the Champions League campaign. Would we loan Johnny Kenny to Aberdeen or Hibs? Maybe not Aberdeen or Hibs. I don't know. Scott Bain was obviously popular in the training ground. In the dressing room, Scott Bain leaves with about 15 medals. Good luck to him. Flying column, yeah, of course he was. I mean, he's anybody that's been at the club that long. Will have the respect of the dressing room. Do you know that backs? It's not just about the fact that there's the fucking. These things are brilliant, by the way. Yes, got you motherfucker. These things are absolutely brilliant for getting mosquitoes. Oh dear, this is about the only good thing that's came out of China recently. Absolutely brilliant. Get Miller and send Kenny out on loan to Motherwell. That could be a deal. What sort of wages was Scott Bain on? He was on around about was it not 16 grand a week or something? We looked it up a couple of months ago, remember? And he was on a fantastic wage. The man trained every day at Celtic, played when asked. It's not his fault. Celtic keep replacing top keepers with top keepers. Good luck to the guy. Brown Warrior, exactly. No, it's an electric bat. It's electric. Don't touch the end of your nose with that. Did you get that on TikTok? No, you get it at the Chinese supermarkets here. You get it at you get it at the Chinese supermarkets. And it's not a supermarket. It's just the Chino. They sell everything. Don't know how they get away with it. Scott Bain was on 14 grand a week. That's not bad money, is it? I mean, 14 grand a week. Let's face it, there's people in Scotland that are they're just on 14 grand a month. A year, sorry. It's no bad money. No bad money. But anyway, all eyes are now on Celtic to see when they press the button. 4K. He wasn't on just 4 grand. No way. 4 grand out? Nah, I don't believe that, Lanky. Gonna have to look it up. He was on more than that. Scott Bain, according to this, he was on 7,000 a week on salarysport.com. Hale 67 said that he was on 6 grand a week. Even still, 300 grand a year. He was on 300 grand a year. 312, according to Hale 67 Hale, he was on 312 grand a year. 6 grand a week. Give me some of that. Jesus. Give me some of that. Need to get one of them by his chest of blue bottle around the house last night. Got this morning and was pan breeding my living room floor. Anyway, I'd take 4 grand a week for sitting on the bench. Of course you would. Everyone would. You'd take 4 grand a week all day long. Anyway, Celtic rumour-wise, it's just the same old of the last couple of days. As we go into the to resolve Parsley's statement. Jeremy Frank. There's not a lot of direct news. I think it's going to be one of those weeks where all the paperwork stuff will be getting done for everybody that's leaving the club, and just reading the Frimpong story. Frimpong's release clause to be around 34 million. But if it's lower than 30 million, as some suggest, Celtic will get less, probably just 3 million. They're not going to sell Frimpong cheap, surely. They're not going to sell him for under 30 odd million. When you see some of the nonsense that players go for done in England, it's getting to that time of year, I need to put the fan on. This is saying Frimpong's release clause is 34 million. You're not going to release him for any less than 34 million. But one of the rags in Scotland said it's Celtic will get 3 million. Anyway, who cares? Any transfers looking anyway realistic for us? Nah. I think that Celtic will get everybody out the door first of all. And then see where the squad is. They'll know the players that they want in, but I don't think anything will happen until July. And Celtic are always the same. Nothing's going to happen until we get near pre-season. Anybody starting the Elanusi rumour tonight? What I say, everyone keeps on asking Stephen Johnson if he's alright, and I noticed that he was asked earlier if he was alright, and he said it's not me you need to worry about, it's everyone else. Whoop-ah, Stephen Johnston. Go yourself, Stephen Johnson. Just try to read through them. June's going to be boring. Yeah, I think so, Chilpill. I think June's going to be one of those boring ones. And when I was looking at the stats of the channel for last year, going into the end of May, the beginning of June last year, I mean, the channel was absolutely flying. the channel was flying. There was loads of stories kicking about, but this year it's very, very subdued, which means that it's going to be a very long and tedious transfer window when it comes to Celtic. University Challenge. Johnny Kenny on loan to the Pars, score for fun at the Championship. Would that make him better though? I mean, Johnny Kenny's been on loan to Shamrock Rovers, and he was playing in Europe there. So would he not be better going back to Shamrock Rovers and playing in the Conference League in Europe rather than going to Dunfermline to play at the Pars? I don't think so. I think that would be a backward step. If Celtic are going to put him on loan anywhere, surely it's going to be at a higher level than Dunfermline. I can't see it. If we're going to loan anybody to Dunfermline, it'll be youth players. Even Stuart, how are you? Kenny needs tested at a higher level. Yeah, that's what I think. Hooper, Armstrong, Rodgick, up the road guys in July. God, that's just... Hooper's past it. Rodgers is retired, and Armstrong, where is he these days? I think Hibs would be a good move. Hibs are in Europe. Possibly, but it then means that we're a striker short. It means that we're talking about getting rid of Johnny Kenny. It then means that we're 2 strikers short, because we can't go into the season. We can't go into next season with if Dyson Maida's still around. You can't go into next season with Dyson Maida as your only backup is Adam Ida. That's not going to work. That's not going to work at all. I hate to say it, but I think we're going to be let down this summer. I really hope. I'm going on the tick, Mick. I think there's going to be a long and boring summer. I think the first one that will be announced will be the Ross Dohan one. When Celtic announced that, I'm not too sure. Aberdeen have confirmed that Ross Dohan is leaving Aberdeen. So it'll be interesting to see when Celtic announce it. I'm just laughing at the manager fiasco, the ongoing manager fiasco. There's not a lot of news kicking around tonight, as you would expect. It's weird because there was more this time last year. There was loads more news kicking about, but it was a summer of change, and Celtic were obviously who had won the cup. I think the fact that the Celtic players sneaked back into Celtic Park after the cup final, and the security staff outside told everybody outside that the players weren't coming back to the stadium. The players did go back to the stadium. I've got photographic evidence of the players, well, it's video evidence. I've got sent a video of the players back at the stadium after the cup final, and very subdued, as you would expect. Celtic should offer Dyson 40 grand a week and a season ticket to the Japanese Gardens in Dollar. Is there a Japanese garden in Dollar? I'm not too sure about the whole Dyson one. Optimistic about the summer. I think that now that we're finally getting linked with players, it will be interesting to see who the first signing is and when. That will give you a level of expectation of what's going to happen this summer. Let me just see this one about Johnny Kenny. Excuse me. Nah. There is a couple of stories, but 146 subscribers away for 22k. Yeah, it keeps going up and down, but we'll get there all in good time. It's just a number. It is just a number. Still taking images of video. You'll have photographic evidence. You're welcome. What? Take still. What are you talking about? Oh, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't. Sligo boy, if you're talking about me, I wouldn't do that to the person that sent me the video, because it's the players sitting having they're just sitting in Celtic Park eating their dinner, eating food after the game. It's nothing exciting. Anyway, Kenny's living at Celtic. Brendan Rodgers needs to develop him. Can he get better? I think he's going to be better than Adam Ida. I think he's got the potential to be a better player than Adam Ida, but Johnny Kenny, he doesn't set the heather on fire, does he? I mean, there's been players that's came through the system before, like say Sean Maloney, a different type of player. We've not really had a big tall. Could you say that Tony Watt was the last sort of tall striker that came through the system? Although Johnny Kenny didn't come through the system at Celtic. I think that Tony Watt was probably the tallest that's came through the academy. So having somebody that's this young at Celtic and has the potential to go on and be a Sutton type player in the future, we need to do everything that we can to keep him and make sure that he progresses. Kenny hasn't been given a chance yet, says Lanky. Yeah, it's not really. He's been given games, but he really needs to get a run. But it's hard for him to get that run of games. And Brendan Rodgers, remember, said just a couple of weeks before the end of the season that until Johnny Kenny had got on the pitch, the chat between the backroom staff was, who's going to go? Was he going to go out on loan, and where could we loan him to? But then he got some game time, and he's got that. There's something about him. His movement and that. There's just something about him. Kenny's twice as fast as Adam Ida. It all depends how. The way that Celtic play, you need a tall striker to be dominant in the box, and can Johnny Kenny be that dominant player, that Chris Sutton type player that's clever with backing into players and doing the old wee bum shuffle to get the push on the back to get free kicks? Can he get that level of intelligence? Can he improve to that type of level? I mean, for one, I'd like to see Chris Sutton back training, coaching the guy, because I think that would be brilliant for him. Brown Warrior says, what happened to the big ginger striker we had coming through? No idea. Stuart Rams says, do you think Scales will be at Celtic next season? Yes, Scales will be there. Scales is going nowhere. Kenny's got the same movement as Kyogo. And do you think he's got the same movement as Kyogo? I'm not too sure. He's not got the same movement as Kyogo, because Kyogo was a bit of a pocket rocket, wasn't he? He's got the potential, but I think that he needs to bulk up even more. I mean, when you've got to remember, when he went to Sligo Rovers, he was a skinny wee guy, and he looked really young. He's came back to Celtic, and as soon as I seen him, I was like, well, that's not the guy that left. He left a kid and he's returned the man. Now it's time for him to kick on as a player. Big Ginger is Joey Dawson. Let me just get the Celtic. Teams. B team. Daniel Cummings is still on the Celtic website. Joey Dawson, aye, that's the big ginger one. He's English though. It doesn't come through as the Scottish contingent. It's going to be interesting to see which ones are included in the Champions League squad this season, because Daniel Cummings was included in the Champions League squad at the beginning of the season. Dane Murray will obviously be he'll be in and around the Champions League squad because Brendan Rodgers really admires him. Do you know the thing about Dane Murray is he was first scouted by Celtic as a 6-year-old, and he's steadily worked his way through the ranks. This is another Kieran Tierney type story, isn't it? And Callum McGregor. Dane signed his first professional contract in June 2019 after receiving a contract 6 months later. To his later deal, the club will see him remain at Celtic. Oof. To the summer of 2020, that can't be right. Celtic need to update their website. The Celtic website says that his contract ran out in 2024. Who does the Celtic website? You'd think that they would update that kind of stuff. He will remain at Celtic at least until the summer of 2024. That's on the Celtic website, so it's mind-boggling, absolutely mind-boggling. But yeah, Dane Murray, Brendan Rodgers says he must have a longer contract because Brendan Rodgers says it'll be ready for pre-season. Sean McArdle, he might get a chance. Jude Bonner, I think that could be, and then Francis Turley. But he doesn't include for Scottish. Wait a minute, the keeper. So the 3 young guys that will be included for the Champions League squad going into next season, as far as I'm concerned, will be Ross Dohan, because he came through the system at Celtic. They've got the evidence for that. Dane Murray, he'll be in the Champions League squad. I expect Sean McArdle and Jude Bonner, couple of midfielders, to be in the Champions League squad also. Will Lewis Dobbie get a shout? Don't know. Long way off anyway. Kaiser's in the house. Adam Eder doesn't get quality service, says Monty. Yeah, he doesn't. Does that say what age is Dane Murray? I just seen that. It doesn't say on this. He was born on the 20th of July 2021, which makes him 24. He's at that age where he really needs to be kicking on with the first team then, isn't he? He is at that age, or he's going to end up just like another fucking... Get, motherfucker. You get some karma. I'm just in mosquito killing mode tonight. It's one of those nights. KT Prentice, Mateus, simple windows, don't screw it up. I don't think so. I don't think Mateus will come to Celtic. Turley has gone into the wilderness. Yeah, he kind of went. But then all the young players did. They kind of got a chance and they came into it'll be an interesting summer again. Wait and see what happens in pre-season, because Brendan Rodgers took some of the players away in pre-season and they got some... I love 15. Another one bites the bat. They got some game time and then they were kind of just... They disappeared into the ether. So Brendan Rodgers obviously doesn't rate the younger players that are coming through the system. We need players to provide quality service to our strikers, hence corners come to nothing, and we have no free kick specialists. We never get free kicks though. We never get free kicks these days. Teams are set up that good that they know don't dive in. When was the last time we got a free kick on the edge of the box? This is slaughter work on hands. Might do. Anyway, that's me done and dusted for the night. It is 29 minutes 41. I'm only staying over half an hour. So yeah, the start of the news tonight was the big one. A little nod of the hat to Neil Lennon, who has joined Dunfermline. Lenny, with this channel. I tell you, if I was back home, I would have went to Dunfermline today. I would have went over to Dunfermline and tried to get a word with him. I think that would have been a fitting way to go into the summer and maybe have a few days off. Is get a word on for Neil Lennon. Because without him, in the very first video that I did, when he was made Celtic manager, this channel wouldn't exist the way it is. Anyway, it's been absolutely fantastic having you on tonight. 2 Celtic players have officially left Celtic. One, the goalkeeper that we all knew that was going to be leaving. Yep, that man that is on the screen, Scott Bain, and Daniel Cummings is the first 2 to leave Celtic. Is it going to be a summer of discontent? Is it going to be a summer of see you later, lads? Going to be who we can get in. Anyway, on that note, have an absolutely fat Mark Wilson got the Partick job. Well, there you go. Mark Wilson, Jesus, didn't think he was a coach. Kaiser says I'm in Dunfermline Saturday. Baz, I'll nip down. Well, I don't think he'll be at the trade. He'll not be at the stadium on Saturday, Kaiser. It's holiday time, isn't it? He's only in there to sign the deal and then he's away on his holidays, I'd reckon. Anyway. Thank you everyone who's watched the videos tonight. There's been over 700 watched the videos, currently 171. We're sitting on 21,854. Let's see if we can get to 22,000 before Celtic play their next game in 39 days or whatever it is. Anyway, have a fantastic evening, Celtic fans, wherever you are.